and lately I've been trying to do it a little bit more regularly. For a while there wasn't really a game like, I guess Halo, you know, Halo was a lot of fun for me. And I won't say that I'm completely done with Halo, but for now, I'm definitely focused on the Calls of Duty for the moment. Um, but yeah, I generally make Call of Duty videos and I put them on the internet. And just to talk a little bit about the gameplay, right off the break here, I'm using the L96 sniper with the extended mags. And because I'm using extended mags, I decided to go with something like Scout. If I was using the variable scope, I might be more inclined to use a perk like Sleight of Hand. Because with only 5 bullets in your clip, you can get yourself into a pretty sticky situation if you got that normal slow reload. And with the extended mags, you don't really need to worry about that so much because you have 10 bullets instead of 5. I've tried the infrared scope. A lot of people have been suggesting that I check out the infrared, but I was not good with the thermal scope in Modern Warfare 2, and I'm just not good with the thermal or with the infrared in Black Ops. There's just something about it where it feels like none of my it feels like my shots are on the guy and it never ever hits him. And so I ended up, I mean, I'll try it occasionally just if I'm feeling up for it, if the other team sucks enough for me to feel comfortable doing something like that, but for the most part, the hit detection with that scope in particular seems to be pretty spotty. Now, on the subject of hit detection, this is one night after the patch came out. So I got this tonight. The patch dropped maybe like 36 hours ago or something like that. And what they did a couple things with the patch when it came. Well, they did a lot of things in general, but as far as the patch goes, okay, right here, before I get on that topic real quick. The reason why I fail right now is because I play on 3 sensitivity normally, but when I play with a sniper, I play with 5 or 6. And so whenever I pick up a regular gun as a secondary, it always ends up biting me in the ass because I'm not used to the sensitivity. It's double what I'm used to normally. When it came to Modern Warfare 2 or COD 4 or World of War, I used to play on 7 or 8 exclusively because most of the time I like to snipe. And even if I wasn't sniping with a gun like the ACR or the TAR, it's really twitchy, so you can get away with having a high sensitivity because you don't need to be insanely accurate. And in this game, there's a much bigger emphasis on accuracy given the fact that people have more health. So I drop it down to 3 because I'm a tryhard like that. Anyways, getting back to talking about the patch. So what they did with the patch is that they tweaked spawns a little bit. They added negative influencers to affect spawns, so you're less likely to spawn in front of an opponent or in a napalm strike or something like that. And truth be told, I haven't really been able to notice too much of a difference just yet, but I've never had too much of a problem with the snipers in this game, or with the spawns in this game in general. I did have one experience a couple nights ago where I was playing CTF and I literally spawned right in front of a guy and he shot me right as I spawned. I was capturing too. If I wanted to, I could make like a complaining video and call it, you know, Call of Duty has the best spawns ever and show you guys what I'm talking about. But my experience with this game is that that's been super rare. That doesn't really happen that often. So that's one thing they did. Another thing that they did was they added about a 1.5-second delay when you show up as a diamond if someone's in a chopper gunner or a gunship or a Valkyrie missile. So it prevents spawn killing just a little bit, but my experience with that so far is that when I have a gunship or a chopper gunner, it's still pretty easy to get at least 5 or 6 kills normally. Another thing that they did was they adjusted the knife range, which is totally noticeable. I don't know if you guys agree. Leave a comment and let me know if you agree, but as far as I can tell, the knife lunge is, I mean, it feels like it's cut down by at least a third, maybe even half. But I have a feeling that that appeased a lot of the people that were complaining about the knives in the first place. And I'll be honest, like the knives were starting to get on my nerves just a little bit towards the end. I mean, there's theater mode, like YouTube clips of people, I mean, literally teleporting like 5 feet with a knife. And that seems a little unmanageable. And a funny side effect of that was that playing in the last couple days, I've seen so many people fail knives on me because you can tell that they were just really used to being able to teleport a little bit more. They also made a hotfix so that the knives are tunable, so if they want to tweak it even more, they can patch it on the fly instead of having to do a full-on update for it. They did a couple other things too, but I'll talk about the snipers now. So what they did with the snipers, as far as I can tell, because they don't give out that kind of specific information when it comes to that. What it seems like what they did was, before, the mechanic was that when you scoped in for the first 0.25 seconds, if you shot, your bullet would shoot at max spread, so it was as if you were shooting from the hip while moving, and so your bullet was insanely randomized, and it just made for bad sniping. Because the thing about that is that I can understand where people are coming from, where they don't want the snipers to be too overpowered, but when they did that, they changed a fundamental part of Call of Duty, which everybody has been used to for years now, which is your bullet is going to shoot where your crosshair is going. And as soon as you mess with that, it throws people off way too much, and it was definitely throwing me off. So as far as what I can tell, what they did now is it looks like they've shortened up the time that your bullet shoots at max spread. So instead of 0.25 seconds, it might be something like 0.10 seconds or 0.112 seconds or something like that. There still is a randomization feature, but it doesn't seem to be as long as it was before. On top of that, it seems like the spread is much lower than it was before. So instead of max spread, maybe you have something like submachine gun with steady aim spread, the equivalent of that. And while you can be quick, you definitely can't quick scope in the same sense that you could in COD 4. So I think people probably shouldn't get too carried away when it comes to trying to be as aggressive as they were in Modern Warfare 2 in Black Ops. Now here's the thing about sniping in this game. I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still learning, because it just doesn't really it doesn't feel right just yet to me, because I took a long time off of sniping in general. I mean, there was about 6 months where I didn't play any Call of Duty whatsoever, and I was playing basically exclusively Halo. And so now in the last couple days, I mean, it's true that I was using the L96 a little bit in Black Ops before. I think I have like over 20,000 kills, and about 1,000 of them were from sniper rifles at the time of the patch. So I wasn't using them nearly as much as I was before. So I don't know what kind of tips I can give you guys in terms of actually how to use the gun itself, because it's still really tricky to me. It doesn't quite feel right, and I can't figure out if that's my problem, if I need to just get used to it and stop complaining, or if they need to tweak it just a little bit more. We'll see, though. I mean, the game is still very early on in its life cycle, and I feel pretty confident at this point that the developers are taking good care of their game, and I trust that they'll do the right thing, whatever that may be. And I'm also open to the snipers being tweaked, to them being nerfed just a little bit. I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest with you. So as I'm playing Domination, you guys are going to notice that I'm playing probably a much more passive role than what you guys are used to seeing, especially from something like my Modern Warfare 2 gameplays. You just can't be as active with a sniper in this game as you could before. You just can't. There's nothing you can do. If you do that, you're just going to end up getting yourself killed over and over again. So I'm still really active. I'm still very much going after this B flag and prioritizing it. But at the same time, I'm definitely not playing nearly as active as I have before. And tell me if you guys are noticing the same thing. Is there somebody on YouTube that I don't know about that's posting full gameplays of them just going absolutely ballistic with a sniper? What are they doing that I'm not? So there's a good example of why the last pistol with extended mags is awesome. I don't know if I already mentioned it before, but there's a nice little collateral. Followed up by another one right there. So the last pistol, it's really tempting to put the fully auto attachment on this gun, but it's trash. It makes the gun shoot kill in 4 bullets, and if you use extended mags, you have 18 bullets, which kills in 3, and it's awesome. And that's that. So yeah, I've been trying to get you guys some more gameplay. I've been trying to be more active on this channel now, especially that I have a particular interest in this game. for a while there, I just didn't really give a shit, you know. Modern Warfare 2 just wasn't doing it for me, and a lot of you guys didn't really like the fact that I was posting a lot of Halo content, but you know, I can assure you that I'm super into this game. Even with its flaws, I still really, really love this game, and I think that they took the game in a well-needed direction. As I fail with the sniper again. What are you guys' favorite setups using this sniper kit here? Do you like Scout? Do you like Sleight of Hand? Do you like Hardened Pro? I tried Hardened Pro tonight, and I can't tell if it made too much of a difference, because with the snipers you have to be super precise anyways, and if you're not, you're gonna die. And even if it reduces a flinch, them knocking your gun off your aim just a little bit with that tiny bit of flinch that you still get when it comes to Hardened Pro is enough to make me miss the shot. So I'm having a hard time finding a justification using that perk. Anyways, this was sort of a heartbreaker. We lost. I fought bravely, and in the end it just wasn't enough. But it was really exciting gameplay, so I wanted to show you guys that, you know, you can do well and have an exciting match and still lose at the same time and have fun. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Hello YouTube, this is Times Coder, and I'm about to show you the top 3 Tomahawk kills. This is the number 1. This dude launches a Tomahawk across the map. These guys were not expecting